Welcome back to the Key Talk Show, Key Talk Media Show. Listen, this is episode 8. We had some technical difficulties on the last live. I had to run it back again because it wasn't showing that we were live on YouTube or anywhere else. But now it does look, oh, there it goes. So now it's actually showing that we are live, so we can get this thing popping. I do want to let y'all also know that this episode will be streamed. Well, all episodes are now going to be uploaded to podcast, the Key Talk Media Podcast. So literally any place where you see podcasts at Apple Music, what is it called? Spotify. The episodes will be uploaded on there. And this is episode 8. And we got a lot to talk about today. Well, we got less to talk about today than we had most of the other days. However, we do got some stuff. I am waiting for a few of y'all to go ahead and get tapped in. Once a few of y'all come in, I'm going to run an intro, and then we will get things started, right? For those that's listening on a podcast, y'all can actually go to the YouTube, Kick, X, Twitter, that was formerly known as Twitter, anywhere y'all want to actually listen to it. But welcome. We got some people coming in now. Welcome to the podcast. Like I say, this is episode 8, and we are going live. Let me see. Cool. So I can see, okay, I see some comments coming in. There we go. Drew Jackson, you've been trying to get in. You finally was able to get in. I'm talking about for a second, it wasn't showing the comments today. Y'all just came in right now. Gelato, I see you, my boy. What's popping? The Plug Podcast says salute. What up to you, my boy? DJ, what in a blue hell? You already know. I'm about to get the intro going in just a second. And then we're going to pretty much get it all cranked up. We got a lot to go on over today. The Urban Connection Incorporated. Check it out, man. Shout out Sacramento, California. I see you in the building today. Coos 250 on some of my California, Oxnard, California. Shout out to Oxnard, California. Real love from Conway, Arkansas. Key Talk. Shout out to Real. You know what I'm talking about? I always see you in the comment section. Let me get over to the multi-stream chat so I can see chats from everybody. Okay, for some reason when I go to the multi-stream chat, it doesn't show me the chats. So this is like another technical difficulty that I see it actually happen, which is absolutely insane. But it's okay. We're gonna rock out with it and go with it as it is, right? Anyway, so what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to go ahead and bring in the intro. Let me get a few more people inside, and then I'll go ahead and bring the intro in. But after that, like I said, we got some stuff to cover today, man. EBK Jaaybo might be in the feds again. LilCj's brother, Duce Kasino, who was actually arrested for the murder, he's came out and left a long message, not only to the families of the people that he allegedly murdered, but also just to the public, because there was people laughing that he had a appointed lawyer, right? So a few more people come in. It's going to do another blast here in about a second. Then, of course, you know what? Let me just run the intro right now. You know, I'm talking about they'll come in, whenever they come in and they miss what they miss, then they just miss it. You know, I'm talking about, let me go ahead and get it in right now. And then check this out. Shit, the intro that I was about to play for y'all, it ain't even in the microphone right now. Y'all talking about what in the blue hell is going on, fool? Hold on. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. So I'm thinking I'm talking on the mic this whole time. I'm not even talking on the mic. It's not even coming on and working. Okay, so listen, I'm under a lot of pressure right now, y'all. We got to come. Hold up. I ain't never had a technical difficulty on a stream. This is the first stream where I done had some technical difficulties. I'm not even sure if y'all can hear me right now. That's what's crazy about this. Okay, now we back in action, baby. Okay, I got some catching up to do. Let's get this intro going, and then we're going to get the show started. Y'all talking about we had some huge technical difficulties at the very beginning of this show, the first one that I done had. So here we go.
Murder come with it, so you better be with it. Nigga try to go to sleep, get killed by Freddy. Only in the game just to get my fatty. And these nigga lazy, ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love Key Talk game. Big bully of the rap game, not just block your name. Zodiac, you bad, you know who you are, you can really get it. It ain't stunning.
Anyway, so man, let's check this out. I don't know what was going on. I'm slightly thinking YouTube was playing with me, trying to, you know what I'm talking about? I'm kind of thinking they playing with me, like, let me throw, you know, he been, for the first 7 shows, he been on point. Let me just throw some difficulties at him real fast, and let me see if we can knock him off his game. No, Sirski here, talking about, I don't like to take L's. Key Talk gang, we don't like to take L's. Key Talk Society, Key Talk Media, Key Talk Mafia. Shout out to y'all, yeah, talking about, we got everything up and going. Now y'all should be able to hear me good. I know before, y'all probably couldn't even hear me that good. I'm over here talking, I look down, the mic said it ain't even on. So I'm like, God dang, I'm wasting time. But anyways, hey man, let's go ahead and get into the show. Let me just double check this mic one more time. If the mic ever cuts down or anything like that, y'all let me know and I'm gonna get it fixed for us ASAP. You know what I'm talking about? We want everything perfect for the podcast, for the show. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the first topic of today. So EBK Jaaybo. So people are saying right now that EBK Jaaybo has actually been picked up by the feds. However, here's what I'll say about that. I believe people are saying EBK Jaaybo got picked up by the feds because he has a federal detainer. Now, y'all may remember Goyeyo had a federal detainer as well, but whenever Goyeyo had his federal detainer, they pretty much wouldn't let him leave. They wouldn't let him out of prison, out of jail for a few more days. Now, a federal detainer doesn't always mean that you're locked in jail and they won't let you out or that they picked you up. A federal detainer could actually mean that you just have a federal investigation on you. So they can give you a federal detainer while you're free, but you will have a federal investigation, right? DJ Key, that you rapping? That is me rapping, bro. That's actually the intro. Trey Prince said, "Me versus me, LilCj gang for sure." You know what I'm talking about? But anyways, I actually looked it up on Google. If you had to have a federal detainer if you have to be locked up in order to have a federal detainer, in which you don't. So I'm gonna show it to y'all real quick. And you see right here, it says, no, you don't have to be locked up to receive a federal detainer. A detainer can be issued against an individual, even if they are not currently incarcerated. It essentially requests a holding agency to hold the individual for a specific purpose, such as a federal criminal investigation. Now, that, I will say, that's what he's under. EBK Jaaybo is under a federal criminal investigation for a murder for hire, right? Now, here's the proof that he actually had a federal detainer, right? As you can see on here, it pretty much tells you that he's got the federal detainer. However, with that being said, it doesn't mean that he's actually arrested. So I know y'all been hearing news and seeing news that he was actually arrested. Now, at first I was like, dang, I think he's arrested because he has a detainer, until I received that knowledge that a detainer doesn't always mean an arrest, right? Anyways, now this dude is a dope rapper. I've actually listened to some of his songs just recently, though. I ain't gonna count. I just recently listened to some of his songs. He do a lot of dissing, though. It's the classic dissing of a whole lot of people that either he done killed, his crew done killed, allegedly, and according to the songs, right? We're gonna say allegedly, according to the songs, and just people that he got beef with. But I will tell y'all, he's officially off of NBA YoungBoy's tour for sure. They cut him, right? Once they cut him, that's when the information actually came out that he had a federal detainer. And I would imagine that NBA YoungBoy, since he has issues with the feds right now, he may be off house arrest, but NBA YoungBoy still has to do like checking in or whatever it may be, some type of connection with the feds to where he's still in some trouble. He's not completely a free man yet, right? And he can't be around other people that's then getting in trouble with the feds like EBK Jaaybo. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so with all that being said, let me go ahead and get us over here to the next topic of today. Well, I'll read a couple comments for y'all. I know y'all want to see the comment section. First comment says, I bet the feds crowded as definitely crowded right now. It's over for him. It crazy. Shake my head, cook. So a lot of people just believing that EBK Jaaybo is cooked and that it's over for him. I won't say it's over for him because since he signed, he got a lot of powerful people behind him. I don't know if y'all know, but like whenever you be signing these labels, bro, I'm like the lawyers, the rapper lawyers for the labels, they do magic inside the courtroom. You see, like, Young Thug was on some, not murder for hire, well, kind of, they were saying he was the leader of a gang that was killing people, and he got 15 years of probation. All them other dudes got let off with like 10, 15-year probation. Some of the dudes even got let off with nothing at all. However, some people did get life, but they're not rappers, right? The industry definitely tries to take care of their rappers, even if they got to sit in jail for a while, like YNW Melly, who been in jail for like, 7, 8 years, something like that, somewhere around there. But he'll probably end up getting out, coming home, you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, now, aside from that, a lot of people have been actually getting on Young Thug's head top because why? Young Thug came out and he said, dang, Cudi a rat. He's calling Kid Cudi a rat because Kid Cudi was subpoenaed to actually take the stand against who? Against Diddy. So with that being said, a lot of people's like, bro, why is Young Thug calling Kid Cudi a rat? Kid Cudi is not a street nigga for one. Kid Cudi got pictures wearing dresses, although that doesn't mean he's not a street nigga because Young Thug as well has pictures wearing dresses and as an album cover. But Kid Thug, I just literally mixed up Kid Cudi's name and Young Thug's name. I said Kid Thuggy. Anyways, Kid Cudi never came out and claimed to be stepping on people, killing people. He's not that type of rapper. So it's kind of like, in this case, Young Thug is using what he knows, his mindset of being a street nigga, and he's kind of formulating that on Kid Cudi. And honestly, a lot of black people tend to throw situation stuff on other black people that they may not even be a part of just because that's all they know. All Young Thug knows is the streets and the streets and the streets, right? Step on people, kill people, whatever it may be. Don't take the stand, stay silent, all that stuff. Even though a big portion of YSL did actually, some of them got on the stand, but a lot of them took the agreements and had to pretty much say that YSL was a gang. So with that being said, I'm gonna read some of the comment sections on what y'all had to say about Young Thug calling Kid Cudi a rat, right? So the first comment says, facts. So there's somebody that believes him. The next person says, a snitch is a person whose actions or words led to another person's incarceration. I've been waiting for someone to say this. I've been a little conflicted over this because on one hand, he's not in the streets or LinkedIn. He basically a civilian. I'm surprised he didn't go to police when all this initially happened. And this is what I said in the status, right? I said Young Thug says Kid Cudi's a rat for taking a stand, even though Cudi hasn't taken an oath. Now, maybe everybody don't know, but a lot of people do know. A lot of people that's in the streets actually take an oath to the streets, and they actually a pledge of allegiance, like people pledge of allegiance to the flag. They pledge of allegiance to abide by all the street codes and rules. And even though there's no written rule book, everybody breaks all the rules. Everybody snitching, all that type of stuff, right? So, with that being said, Cudi ain't trying to worry about that, y'all talking about at all. Anyways, now, aside from that, I will take y'all to, let's go to the next topic, see what we got going on. I'm going to read a couple more, then we'll get to the next topic. Somebody says, is he still a civilian? He grown. Nigga too old for this. A lot of people saying Young Thug's too old for this, but I will say as well, I don't think you could be too old for the streets. Why? Because that's a mentality. It's a way that you act. That's how, however you act as a kid, which is when a lot of people hop inside the streets, how you act as a kid tends to be how you act as you get older. Yes, it's great for people to grow out of things, but some things, which is the streets, has got a tight hold on people that's in it because when you're in it, that's all you know. That's why I don't really do no judging or nothing like that. You know what I'm talking about? I was raised, first of all, not raised at the age of 13. My mama got us out the hood, but I was in the hood all the way until the age of 13, all around Dallas. You know what I'm talking about? But at the same time, I was able to see the other side at the age of 13 because of Section 8, and that kind of gave me like another way of thinking, right? But that don't mean I'm gonna go back and judge everybody else. But anyways, with that being said, let's get over to the next topic. So, but, I don't know, maybe, Young Thug did delete that tweet. So once Young Thug deleted that tweet, that kind of shows that I guess he felt the fire that people was lighting up under him saying like, bro, why are you saying something like this? Like, he not no street dude. Anyways, now, aside from that topic, we do got BBG Baby Joe. Now, a rumor went around that BBG Baby Joe actually stole $70,000 from NBA YoungBoy. Now, $70,000 to us is a hell of a lot. To NBA YoungBoy, it's a drop in the bucket. It's like a dime to him, right? But at the same time, getting it stolen from your partner that you changed his life and his situation, that can drive you crazy. Which NBA YoungBoy talked about that in a song where he actually accused Baby Joe of robbing him and stealing, well, not robbing him, but taking that money from him, stealing it from him. But BBG Baby Joe has now came out and refuted those claims and said, man, listen, Top be on all type of drugs, and he gave me the $70K. He just don't remember giving it to me because he be so high all the time. Now, is that true or not? We don't know, but I'm gonna let y'all hear Baby Joe talk about it.
Look, tell y'all, really been eating me up. I ain't never stiff from none of my partners, bro. You hear me? I was giving it. I was giving it. If you take me, sometimes you forget stuff. You feel me? But like, I ain't no troll. I ain't never want to do this. But like, it's kind of getting out of hand. I ain't never go in my mood like that. 2000 changed my life, you feel me? I hurt my feelings, you feel what I'm saying? Into me, so I don't really like that. Look, tell y'all, really been eating me up. I ain't never stiff from none of my partners, bro. You hear me? I was giving it.
Anyway, so listen, BBG Baby Joe is making it clear that he did not steal the $70K from from NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy gave him to him, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how NBA YoungBoy came to the conclusion to think that he actually stole it from him or any of that, but he definitely said it in the song, so he believes it. And of course, I would imagine that BBG Baby Joe saw that NBA YoungBoy literally just gave Lil Dump $1 million. I did a video on that, and that's probably what made him actually come out and make this video to let the public know, like, yo, listen, like, I didn't do it. Stop coming to me telling me that. You know, he did an interview with Witty Apparatus, and Witty Apparatus asked him as well, hey, you know, did you take that money from NBA YoungBoy? In which he denied it, right? Anyway, so with that being said, let's take it to the comment section, see what y'all had to say. Baby Hood said, I'm trying to figure out how could he get that much if he did steal it. Man, listen, rappers just be having money laying around, especially these particular type of rappers. You know what I'm talking about? They'll have a whole $1 million ducked away in like a storage or something like that, or like a combination lock in which NBA YoungBoy is super close to his partner, so especially BBG Baby Joe. So Baby Joe probably potentially knew the code, knew where the money was at. But either way it goes, like I said, he's denying it, but we'll see how that goes. The next comment says, I believe him because my partner did the same stuff to me. That nigga said somebody stole my game and was serious. I was like, nigga, I'm playing the game right now. You the one looking at on TV. You gave it to me and watched me walk out the door. So, I mean, mistakes do actually happen, and a lot of drugs was involved. Even on NBA YoungBoy's latest song, he did say something like something that's the same time they stole from me, but I was on drugs, something like that. Y'all should know. You know, I'm talking about, there's some super NBA YoungBoy fans that's on here, I know, but he said something about he be super high and people giving people money he don't remember. So it is what it is with that topic right there. Let me go and get to the next topic today. It ain't a whole lot of topics we're gonna cover today on episode 8. So we won't be here for too much longer.
Tennessee.
But anyways, Memphis, Tennessee. Listen, we know bodies be dropping inside of Memphis like flies. You know what I'm talking about? We do know that that's, of course, where Young Dolph was killed at. Well, now the new director of the FBI has actually made a statement and said, hey, listen, we're finna send, I think it was like 1,500 agents or something like that inside of Memphis. And they said they're about to target the violent crime. If you know what I mean, if you know what I know, then you know that they about to go straight after everybody inside of the streets inside of Memphis. Here's what they had to say.
Is the homicide capital of America per capita. Didn't know that. We have a problem there. We're now addressing it. We're rolling out one of our task forces in the state of Tennessee. Our priorities, simple: crush violent crime, defend the homeland, defend the homeland, defend the homeland.
Another violent weekend in Memphis, and now the FBI director is calling the city out on a national stage.
In a sit-down interview with Fox News, Patel announced plans to transfer 1,500 agents from Washington, D.C. across the country.
What in the blue hell is going on? So they about to send 1,500 agents all the way over there to Memphis, Tennessee to try to stop the violent crime. Anyway, so let's go and get to the next topic for today. Like I said, we are whisking through the topics today because it is like a whole lot going on inside of hip hop. But the dude, Derrick Groves, you know what I'm talking about? You know, the dude that's actually on a run. One of his freestyles that he did is actually going viral. And I'm going to tell y'all what I said about it, right? So I said, not going to lie, Derrick Groves can make some paper off features while he's on the run. Dropping a song with him while he's on the run would be good for business buyers. So listen, if any of y'all can find Derrick Groves, which is one of the 11 or 10 inmates that actually did some escaping, y'all find him and get a feature. You know what I'm talking about? Because it will go viral. This is actually him right now, a resurfaced clip of him rapping. You know what I'm talking about? And he actually can. I'm talking about it kind of hard. Let me let y'all hear it.
We had 100 shots when we ran over you. You're looking like a nigga stand over you. I open your tie like a can opener. Nigga smoke your pot and romance over. I'm in a night on the back street. When you kick out and run like a can. People swinging in the Tahoe. I guess they heard them selling Rollo. The people that came from the front and the back, gang, and I went up the side though. How I never rat, nigga beat me up, gang, and had me a blindfold. This is shit that I signed to.
Anyways, like I say, man, if y'all can catch Derrick Groves, hey, man, y'all better get a feature from that boy. And if he can see y'all a clip him doing the video, 100% that video will go viral. You know what I'm talking about? All type of blogs will be picking it up. Why? Because he's a killer that's on the run right now and he got 4 bodies and he's like the #1 hitter right now. So if you can find him, you know what I'm talking about, get a motherfucking feature from that boy. Anyway, so this is actually wild. A guy that's out of Atlanta, his cameraman, you know what? We don't gonna even cover that right now. We're gonna go straight to the main topic of the day, which of course is LilCj Kasino's brother, right? So for those that don't know, LilCj Kasino's brother, Duce Kasino, does have a life sentence. I told y'all about that, right? Now, the people that he's alleged of killing, obviously, I think he said he beat one of the cases, but he didn't beat the other case, and they pretty much gave him murder. I mean, they gave him life for it, right? I'm going to read y'all what he came out and said about that. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up the video for today. I know typically we stay about 40 minutes today. About 20-some minutes we'll be here. But anyway, so this is what LilCj Kasino's brother, Duce Kasino, actually came out and said. Let me see if I can bring it down some, because I don't know why that top part actually came down there. There we go. So Duce Kasino came out and said, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't the same nigga I was 2 years ago. It's a lot of stuff that was said on social media that I ain't say nothing to niggas who call themselves gangsters celebrate me getting life. So first of all, it was a hell of a lot of people celebrating Duce Kasino whenever he did actually get a life sentence. I'm talking about a hell of a lot of people, from gangsters to regular people and all, right? So he's saying, listen, y'all gangsters, y'all celebrate me getting life. What the blue hell is wrong with y'all? He said, honestly, I could have got disrespectful, really said some stuff that would have had everybody crying and effed up. But honestly, ain't worth it. I ain't got nothing to prove for social media. Y'all sat through my trial, the victim's family. So first of all, he's talking about the victim family. He says, it was it that wasn't done right all throughout my trial. So that means I get a chance to do it over again. Now remember, LilCj Kasino came out and said it ain't over. And I guess this is probably what he meant when he said it ain't over, because now Duce is saying that they get to maybe have a retrial because they messed up some stuff during his trial. Now, I would imagine this is probably going to be some type of, what's it called? I would imagine this is going to be some type of, good Lord have mercy. Yeah, this is probably some type of appeal or something like that, right? Anyway, so it continues and it says, it was stuff not done right throughout the trial. I'll do it over again. Y'all got justice for Queez. I beat him and 50, but they gave me life for Bam. So 50 shots got shot. A man named Queez got shot, and also a man named Bam got shot. Now, Queez and Bam actually both unfortunately passed away. So he said he beat the case for Queez, but the case that he didn't actually beat was for the guy named Bam that was actually murdered as well, right? So he says, I really could care less about the niggas. Y'all made bro feel like a demon or devil or whatever the fuck I ain't say. I'm a super gangster or nothing, but it's certain niggas you can't play with, and I'm one of them. I used to do a lot of crash dummy stuff, but I don't feel that I'm gangster. This behind me now. So he said the gang stuff behind him now. Now he actually has life. They say Bam wasn't on that or in it, or was at the wrong place at the wrong time. But from my perspective on that is why would you stand next to a nigga who you see is on that type of time and it make you look like you on that stuff too? I don't know, bro. And like I said, I don't really care too much about nobody on my case. But if he would never stood with them, he wouldn't be dead right now. For all of the family that celebrate me getting life, I seen and heard y'all cry hard than up in my trial. So I'ma just take it as y'all hurt. Yes, I got life. No, it's not over. They said I was hungry and broke whole time. I'm straight. I eat good. So people in the free world was pretty much coming out saying that he must be hungry and broke inside of jail. But now he's just letting everybody know, listen, I'm in jail, but I ain't fucked up while I'm inside of jail. I'm getting money, and I got my books got money, and I'm eating everywhere, even anything I want to eat. So he said, I'm in this getting fat whole time, but I ain't got to prove to y'all. Oh yeah, y'all said something about. And this is where he goes into people pretty much talking about him having a appointed lawyer, which means a lawyer that the government actually provides to you, right? He said, and y'all said something about my lawyer being appointed, which means free. If you ain't know, I felt I was going to beat my case, and my lawyer did. But had I known I would have life right now, I would have paid somebody. Well, not me. Well, I would have paid somebody. Well, not me, but CJ, Double K, D3, Blackout, etc. My brothers, I know y'all effed up about that nigga on my case. I don't got nothing bad to say about him because I don't care for him. But no funny stuff, long live him. I know y'all lost a brother, son, day one, father, all that. I could diss, but for what I got life. But I still have my people, my mama, my siblings. I can call, they can see me. So for y'all pain, I'm sorry for the hurt. One day it will be bearable. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. This was not no regular, hey, I'm sorry for what happened and then this happened. This was like saying, I don't care about nothing at all. I'm about to get another trial because they messed up my trial that I actually got. But forget everything that done happened. Stuff happens in the streets like this all the time. I'm talking about, and it happened to people that's actually in this lifestyle with me as well. And if they wasn't in this lifestyle, like I'm in this lifestyle, they shouldn't have been next to people that's actually in this lifestyle as well. So with that being said, bro, of course, there's a lot of people in the comment section pretty much saying free him. That's a lot of his crew, his gang, his members, people where he's actually from. But like I say, bro, it been too many bodies that done dropped. Y'all always be wondering, you know, why is Fort Worth, Texas so just wild and bad and it just, you know, talking about so much murder that goes on. And, you know, simply because of this right here. Just the fact that 2 people actually passed away and was killed at this particular time, you know, this cycle of violence literally continues. And this is why that it actually continues, right? But anyways, like I told y'all, we was going to have a short video for today. Like I say, normally we do be on here like 40, 50 minutes. Let me see if there's any other topics that I can actually get to today. No, there's actually nothing else. So let me go check one more page before I exit off here with y'all. See if there's anything over there that we can actually talk about. It ain't been a lot going on inside of hip hop as of late, though. Oh, yeah, they are talking about Skilla Baby. He was, you know, I broke the news that he was actually shot, though. So he did survive. They said like 25 rounds to him. But they said it was a targeted hit as well. So would it have been a targeted hit? Obviously, people are going to try to double back and kill him since they didn't get to kill him the first time. That's just how the street goes, right? Anyway, so with all that being said, man, I thank y'all so much for coming to episode 8. This was like the shortest episode that we've actually had so far because it ain't a lot of topics. I come in here when I collect topics throughout the day, and then I come in here and present them to y'all on the lives. And also, before I leave, I want to let y'all know that the Key Talk Show is on all podcasts. Anywhere there's a podcast, you can actually check it out. If you don't follow me on Instagram at Key Talk Media, make sure you go follow me there. Anyways, let me know something. Coming down below, let me know what you think about this entire ordeal.